Hey everybody, this is Erin O'Keefe, Diamond Ambassador. I'm so excited for tonight's call. We have an amazing guest, Kelly Saposnick, Ruby Ambassador, and I'm so excited for her to share what she's been through in the last week. I'm not going to go too much into her story, I'll let her do that, but I just want to kind of backpedal a little bit. Last week, I guess it was last week, I put out a challenge in my team group and I said, let's do some three-way chats. For every three-way chat you start me in, you're going to earn an entry to earn whatever. And Kelly was the first. It was like, oh, here we go. Good night. Night, babe. All right, hurry up. I love you. One more. One more. Okay. Every time it's like clockwork. Kelly was the first one. It was like, I posted the incentive, and Kelly, it was like instant fire, like chat, boom, chat, chat. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go, game time. And it was like 6 chats she started immediately with her and her prospects. Now, I've known Kelly has had a nice size list for a long time. And we were always kind of like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing with your list? And it wasn't that she wasn't talking to people or reaching out, and I'm going to let her talk a little bit more about it, but there was definitely a few key pieces missing. And it really helps when you have another set of eyes on your business, truly. All of us, Jules, just got a new business coach, and he's our next set of eyes on our business. Like, he sees things without emotion. He sees things without just kind of like as a third party, and it's helped us so much. But I guess I was kind of Kelly's extra set of eyes on how she was interacting with her prospects. So I'm going to let Kelly take over. I know she has some great notes and kind of give you the rundown of what was going on, what happened, and, you know, her results from what we did last week.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me on. I'm a little nervous, so
Awesome.
if I talk too fast, just message me and let me know. And I do have notes over here on the other screen, so if I'm looking over that way, because I'm looking at my notes. But like some of you, I've been around for a long time, 28 months to be exact, and things were I've had the normal highs and lows and ups and downs, but the past few months were kind of slow for me. Slow as much as like I wasn't signing new ambassadors. I was getting like a little bit down on myself, and I'm always everybody's biggest cheerleader. So for me to get down on myself it's not unheard of, but it's not normal. And I just didn't know what was going wrong. And I knew I would have a big comeback, but I just did not know how it was going to happen. So one day, probably about a month ago, I was having lunch with one of my teammates, and she was sort of feeling the same way. And she said to me, how are things going for you? And, I always try to be positive, and I'm like, things are great. I'm reaching out to 5 people a day. I'm talking to new people. I'm making contacts. I'm friending people on Facebook. Things are going great. And she goes, oh, that's great. I'm so happy for you. How many new ambassadors have you signed this month? And I was like, oh, none. She goes, well, how about last month? And I'm like, none. And it had been 3 months since I signed a new ambassador. And here I'm supposed to be leading my team, and things weren't happening for me the way that I wanted things to happen for them. And I kind of was embarrassed. She certainly didn't mean to upset me. She was just asking, and I was embarrassed, and it just hit me hard. Like, wow, what am I doing wrong? And it certainly wasn't for lack of trying. I mean, Erin can tell you, she sees me working all the time. Over the summer, I wasn't consistently doing my IPAs every single day. I went on a couple vacations, and I kind of got out of my routine. I had a great June, and the first couple weeks of July were really good, but then the vacation started. So come September, I hadn't had any seeds that had been planted. Like, I didn't have anybody to go back to and say, like, it was my 6th or 7th or 8th time talking to people. I basically had to start over because I hadn't done that consistently over the summer. So September came, and like everyone else, I decided I needed to step it up. For me, September is like a new year. The kids go back to school. I get back into my routine. And I spoke to somebody in the industry as well who said, Kelly, no matter what you do, no matter what else you do your IPAs every day. And he said, because a month from now, you're going to look back and you're going to wish that you did them today. And I was like, that's so true, because here it is like October, and I'm wishing that I did my IPAs in August, because then I would have something to pull from. So that like one statement was mind-blowing to me. And I needed to focus on my efforts and not on the results so much. Because I started saying to myself, like, if I do what I'm supposed to do, the results will come. They may not come at my pace, but it's just like a diet. Like if you are eating healthy, you're not going to lose 10 pounds overnight, but if you consistently keep that up for a few months, you're going to lose those 10 pounds. So I was trying to focus on my efforts and be proud of myself for my efforts, but not so focused on the results because I knew they were going to come. And I think that's like a big problem for most of us. So that's what I decided to do. I focused on my work. I truly did my IPAs daily. I messaged a minimum of 5 people per day because that's what my leaders were telling me should happen. I followed up with the same people over and over. And when I say I was following up, it wasn't 2 or 3 times. It was 8 times, 10 times, 12 times. I mean, it was a lot of times. And, basically I said, you have to follow up always. Don't ever give up. So if I had to give myself a grade on working my business is full, I would say.
Hey, Kelly, one second. I'm just going to mute everyone because I hear some background noise. Just unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay, unmute yourself.
Okay. Better? Okay. So if I had to give myself a grade, I would say, like, I would give myself a 90. I was being consistent. I was reaching out to the people. And I even, Erin mentioned that I had this huge list. Well, one day I sat down, and I'm like a big spreadsheet person, and I went through my Facebook for hours and hours and hours. I went through my phone. I went through my Outlook contacts. I went through my kids' class list. I went through email lists of sports teams that my kids were on. And I made a list of 500 people that were part of my life that had not been my customer, had not, they weren't like one of my friends' customers or ambassadors. Basically 500 people in my life that were not part of Plexus. And then I sat back and I was like, oh my God, 500. Like if I could just get 10% of that number to join me, I'd be at the next level. But it wasn't happening no matter what. I was doing my IPAs. I was making the list. I was following up, but it still wasn't happening. And I'm like, no one's going to even believe me that I'm doing the work because I still haven't signed an ambassador and I haven't had a new customer. I'm like, what is wrong? So in comes the day that Erin posted her wall, and it was last Monday. It was the Monday before Thanksgiving, and she said, all right, guys, let me say that Erin and I are very close, and I really she speaks to me. Like, we're very alike, and when she speaks, I jump on what she says. So she said, I'm going to do this challenge, and it's a 3-way, challenge. I want you guys to put me in chats. And I was like, bingo, right there. I have a ton of people that I've been working on. I didn't even know what to do. And then all of a sudden, you become vulnerable at that moment because here I am. She's a diamond. She's my friend, but she's still my leader. I'm a Ruby ambassador, struggling a little bit. And now she's going to see everything I'm doing. Yes, I'm doing my IPAs. Yes, I'm reaching out to people, but it's almost like your teacher is going to be looking at everything you're doing. And certainly she's not going to criticize me, but she's going to see what I'm doing. And I hope that I'm doing it right, but I wanted advice anyway. So that was it. That day, I think it was you posted it at 6:30. We're both early birds. I think by 6:45, I'm sitting at the kitchen table and I'm just getting them out. And she's like, holy cow, what are you doing? And I got them out to her and I thought, you know what? I love a good challenge, so I'm going to do it. And honestly, you guys, I could cry right now because last Monday and the Monday before Thanksgiving, when everybody's so busy, she spent the whole day. And it wasn't just me. I sent 6 or 8 of them or something, but it wasn't just me. She spent the whole day. And it was immediate. I sent a message. She was on it, working for us that day. So that's the day that really everything changed for me. And I'm not going to say that it was all easy. It was just like I said, it was like my teacher looking at what I was doing and then messaging me on the side to give me that constructive criticism. And it's only because she cares and she wants me to grow. But what I can tell you is that I took control, and that's where things changed. In my other job, I'm a principal in a tax firm, and clients call me all the time, or potential clients call me all the time, and they say, hey, we'd like to use your tax services. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, or can you tell us what you do, or your experience, or what your services are like. Never, not once in my 12 years of being there did I ever say, sure, let me send you some information. Or, sure, let me get back to you about that. Or just send them a snippet. I mean, I always say to them every single time, yes, of course. Can you come in tomorrow for a meeting? Or what works for you? And we always get in front of each other because I know you need to trust me for me to be able to do your tax return. That's really personal. You need to see me and get in front of me, and then 9.9 times out of 10, I get their tax return. So why? I make more money doing Plexus. Why am I not treating this like I'm treating that job? So I was really good at hiding behind a computer. The old me would just send out a message, and people would say to me, I would say, hey, hi, Damon. I would say, hey, I would like to, I would love to talk to you about Plexus. I would love to send you some information. And they'd be like, okay, sure, send me some information. Or they'd say, it's not really a good time. And I would be like, okay, I'll check back with you in a few months. Like, I was the queen of waiting for someone to say no, but still feeling like I was doing my job because, hey, I reached out to 5 people and I was going for no, which I still think is a great method. But I never, ever went past when they said, no, not right now, it's not a good time, or it's the holidays, or it's back to school. I mean, listen, guys, let's face it, it's never a good time. People can come up with an excuse every single month. So if you let people say to you it's not a good time and you ended at that, which is what I was doing, you're not going to grow. So I was like the queen of hiding behind the computer. I wasn't building relationships because it's easy. It's easy to hide behind the computer. It's easy to sit there and send out messages. I would give the information and that's it. I would just stop it at that. Now the difference is I say to them, would you like some information? And they say to me, well, I'm really kind of busy right now, but sure, I'll take some information. And I leave a voice message and I say, listen, I am dying to see you. It's been a couple years. I'd love to see you. Can we get together for tea? And they're always like, sure, that sounds great. And it's nice for me. I get to get in front of the people. I get to talk about what I'm passionate about. And I get to see people that I haven't seen. And once they hear me and I go through, I bring the product cards with me that are from the welcome kit. And once I go through the product cards, I mean, it is a done deal. I also go through the comp plan. But just to tell you, like, the difference that has made for me, or even saying, like, let me pick up the phone, let me give you a call. I was afraid, you guys. And, like, not for nothing, but I'm not a shy person. Anybody who knows me on this call knows that I can talk. But to talk about something like that, it's intimidating to me. And I was afraid to get in front of somebody. I was afraid to get on the phone. I mean, you can see how, like, nervous I am right now.
Can you give me an example of, so one of the girls had, was so interested and she's ready and she's like, okay, I want to join. And what did you do? And then what happened on the side? And
yeah, that's actually next in my notes. So I had it back here that, and again, like, I had been working with this person for 2 years. I met her on vacation a couple of years ago, and I just knew that she would be great at the opportunity and the products. And I said to her, so we're in a 3-way, and Erin is basically validating everything I say. So I reach out to the person, I message them, and just, basically say to them, I think you'd be great at this. I think I have a perfect spot for you on my team. I think the products would be awesome. I think you can change lives, including your own. And then Erin chimes in with a voice message or with, a typed message just saying, you know what, Kelly's so right. These products have changed my life. And it's just that other person. It's that third-party validation that just makes people say, wow, it's not just Kelly. And they can go to Erin's page and they can see, the things that are on her page that are public. And they finally, like, are seeing it from someone else through just my eyes. So she and I were in a chat with a new ambassador, and this person said to me, okay, yep, I'm good, so I'm going to sign on. So I was like, okay, perfect, here's my link. And I'm like, yeah, she's going to be so proud of me, and here's my link, and I'm so excited.
Here's my link. Click join Plexus and choose Triplex. And listen, I'm not calling you out to, like,
no, this is where
make fun of you, Kelly, because I think this is what most people do, but keep going.
Yeah, we're here to help. So you can say whatever you want. I want to help people. So she messages me on the side and she's like, Kelly, what is wrong with you?
No,
What
I
are
said,
you doing?
WTF are you
Yeah,
doing?
okay,
Is what I said.
okay, WTF. WTF are you doing? And I'm like, what? She goes, you call her up. And I'm like, then I start shaking like myself because I'm like, call her. Like, I'm afraid to get on the phone. And I don't know why. Like, I get on the phone and I enjoy conversations, but it's like, great, now I have to actually talk to her instead of hiding behind the computer. Well, it doesn't matter because I got on the phone with her. We had a wonderful conversation. We talked about the business. We talked about going silver. I think she got her first customer yesterday. I don't think the customer was actually able to place the order, so she just placed it today. But that's okay. Like, she's working the business and she's excited. Not only did she order triplex, but she ordered block, which is going to give her great results. And she's happy. We connected immediately. I hadn't spoken to her in 2 years, but we connected immediately. And 2 years ago is the only time I spoke to her because we met in Jamaica. But that was the thing, is I was afraid to get on the phone. And that's ridiculous because we can all do this. I mean, this is what we do. We're building relationships. So that was a big one. That was really mind-blowing for me.
It went from like, here's my link, and I was like, Kelly, first of all, she needs to be, and this goes for everybody, not just Kelly, like, people need to be comforted when they're walking through the sign-up process. I truly believe if you cannot sit down with people because of distance-wise, get on the phone with them and explain to them, here's the first page. Let's choose a website name. Let's make it simple so it's really easy for your people, maybe first and last name. Let's, here is the welcome packs. What are your goals? This is what backup order means. And guys, if you're not signing people with backup orders, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You might as well sign them as retail customers. Backup signing people, I know Plexus does no longer make it a mandatory thing to have a backup order on, but if you can't explain it to why they should have it, you should really keep them as customers. Anyways, sidetrack, I'm a little obsessed with backup orders. Anyways, it's so much comfort in walking someone through the process. And guess what? That starts the duplication process. Yeah. So now Kelly did that. Now her ambassador, hopefully, and Kelly can teach her, when she has someone that she's ready to sign up, she will walk someone through the process and how to get started and all that. And it's really about duplication. It's not even just about what you can do for that person. It's what they do after that.
Yeah, definitely. It's such a good point. And just, you do it once or twice and you're over it. Like, Erin knows I talk to her every day and I'm like, well, I'm going to make 5 phone calls today. I don't care. and just to sidetrack for a second, I was doing the same thing with customers. Like, I would send customers my link and they would order. And then I would like almost go into like the CIA and be like hiding because I was so afraid that if I contacted them, I would lose them. Like, I was so afraid that if I said, how's it going? That they would say, oh, it's not going good. I don't feel any different, or I haven't lost weight. And like, why? Why would they say that? I mean, most people feel great on the products. So now, like, I had, a couple customers order this week and I'm all over them. I'm talking to them. I'm explaining the opportunity to them, telling them that as soon as they see results, they're going to want to sign on to the opportunity. And it's just, I've gone from like, and I know we say we share, but I've gone from like sharing and selling a product to like building relationships with anybody who wants to be a part of this. So I had another customer, another ambassador. She is like a football mom with me, and she's thin and beautiful and outgoing and popular and just this wonderful girl. And she did isogenics for a long time. And she saw my post about block, the video I made about block. And she messaged me, and this, again, is somebody that I would have been, like, anxious about. And she messaged me, and I'm not sure, Erin, I think I put you in this one, but I think it happened so quickly. And
it did. And you took the reins. I was just watching now. Like, you took over.
I learned quickly from you. And she was like, I'm interested in the products. And I said, you know what? I said, don't even go any further. I know we have products that can help you. What are you doing tomorrow? I'm free all day. And she actually, and I would have never said that. It would have gone back and forth for months. I would not have been able to close it. And she said, you know what? It was Black Friday. She said, I'm home all day. Why don't you come over for wine? And I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm in. Went over, we hung out for a while. We talked about things. And she's like, well, of course I want the wholesale option. She's like, I want it. And her words were, I want it and I want it all. So now she's joined on, to become a business ambassador as well. But I would have gone back and forth had Erin not literally showed me this new method. So the biggest one yet is
this one was so exciting. Like, I couldn't sleep. I was so excited about this. I woke up the next day and listen, I'm not patting myself in the back. I'm like, dang, I'm good sometimes, but like, it's not that I'm good. It's just experience. And the more people you talk to and the more you learn, like I spend time connecting with other jewels, other ambassadors. So I know who does what in this business. And if you're not spending time doing that, you don't know that Rachel Rogers is a holistic nutritionalist, or that Erin Zimmerman's Diamond Duck she's a dietitian. Like, so that's kind of like the stuff you got to know.
Yeah, which is so nice. And it's not like you said to me now, like, I can't do three-way chats with you anymore. I'm like, get ready, because they're still coming.
They're still coming.
Until I'm at the level where I know a lot more, but my confidence has gone from like this to this. And I'm going to tell you, anybody on this call is like, what are you talking about? You're not confident? Like, you seem confident to me. You can speak in front of this group. Like, I'm not. I get very nervous. So anyway, so let me tell you this story. So my housemate from college is a wonderful, wonderful girl. We lived together for, I think, 2 years, and we connected through Facebook a couple of years ago. She has 3 boys. I have 3 boys. She lives about 20 minutes north of me. She is a dietitian and a very natural, very healthy woman. I haven't seen her since college. Eric has run into her, but I haven't. And she's just a great girl. And I just, because she has 3 boys and I know what that life is like, I'm like, you could use this. This could be great for you. Like, you're running hockey practice and soccer and this, that, and the other thing. And all those things cost a lot of money. So in June was the first time I messaged her, and I just said, this would be a great opportunity for you. And she said, okay, let's meet, let's get together. I see your question pop through. I'll tell you in a second.
We're going to get to questions at the end. Like, we need to focus, and then we'll get to questions at the end.
Yeah, perfect. And she said, yeah, I'd love to get together for coffee. And then it was like dead silence. Like, the whole summer, I'd message her like every week or so and say, I never gave up, but I just wasn't doing it right. So I'd say, let's get together, and she wouldn't write back, and she'd say, I'm busy right now. And so in October, I thought I was being bold, because I messaged her and I said, here is a Diamond documentary for a woman named Erin Zimmerman, who is a nutritionist, and I think that you could really relate to her. Nothing. She opened it, and you could see at the bottom it was a messenger. You could see that she read it, but no response. So this is somebody that, like, I'm passionate about, because I love her and I want her to experience time freedom, financial freedom, and also she's a nutritionist. Like, that works here, So I messaged her, and I put Erin in the message, and I just said, the usual, Jen, listen, I want you to meet Erin. She's my upline. She's got, a little bit more experience than me. And I said, I think that she can tell you that she's just as passionate about these products as I am. And I'm going to read you, because this is so mind-blowing to me that
I was going to say, we should read it to people.
Yeah, I actually copied and pasted it onto my screen.
Okay.
So she said, hey, Kelly, I do appreciate you reaching out to me about this opportunity. I don't believe that weight loss supplement sales is what I want to be doing as a dietitian, though. I have tried supplements in the past, and even tried Plexus last year. She bought a 7-day sample from me, but it really isn't for me. It just isn't what I would want my nutritional focus to be. Thanks anyway. So that comes back to Erin and I, and I'm like, oh my God, done. Like, I have nothing else to say. Like, she's a nutritionist, and she just squashed me right down. There's nothing for me to say. And listen, guys, I believe in this company 100%. I've had tremendous success with the products. My team has, my family has. I've had great financial success, literally changed my life based on the finances here. But it took that one thing to stomp me right down. And I'm like, there is nothing Erin O'Keefe can say back to her now, because, like, it ends right here. And I'm ready to say, like, okay, have a great life. I'll see you on Facebook. And I'm not thinking that I'm doing anything wrong. I'm thinking, all right, I tried, and she's right. Like, she's a nutritionist, and she doesn't want this. And it's not even occurring to me that something else needs to happen. Well, forget it, because Erin writes back with all her guts and glory and says, hey, Jen, not that I'm trying to disagree with you, but we have so many successful people in this company that are dietitians and holistic nutritionists, and they swear by our products. Just curious as to your take on them. We actually have 16 products and only 2 are for weight loss. And I am like, oh my God, I can't. And this girl's going to unfriend me tonight. And listen, we're not really close anymore, but it's not, I didn't want to lose her as a friend, but I'm like, I can't even believe this. Like, I'm like.
No, and my point was to re-engage her because some people are just confused as to what we do. And it wasn't about to like knock her or say that she was wrong. I just wanted to, you see how I asked a question? What is about this that you think? And it was just to re-engage her.
It couldn't have been more perfect, but it was nothing that, I'm just bringing up the other message. It was nothing that I would have been able to do before that, okay? So I chimed in and I said, I agree with Erin. I said, and you know, her name is Jen. And I said, Jen, your opinion as a dietitian is so valuable to me, which is why, and it's true. I mean, I speak the truth. And I said, which is why I reached out to you in the first place, because I want you to see the products. I want to hear what you have to say. So then Erin commented, you really need to watch Erin Zimmerman's Simon documentary. In the meantime, I get a notification on my phone that says Jen has invited you to chat on Messenger. Because you know how you get that notification sometimes, even if you're on Messenger? She went back to the original message from me alone, and opened up Erin Zimmerman's Simon.
Like, she watched it right there. Like on the spot.
Right then and there. Like, so ready? So I didn't copy this one onto my computer, but so I'm not going to go through the personal stuff about how, you know, college life. But she said, I watched Erin Z's video, and I do understand the desire to be home with my kids and have control over my schedule. I guess I need more information about the products. I didn't realize that there were other products besides weight loss. I did just check out the website. So immediately, the Diamond documentary, the website, she said, and there's definitely some potential for me. My nutritional philosophy focuses on eating real whole food, juicing, and living an active chemical-free lifestyle. My expertise and passion is behavioral health with a number of years working in an eating disorder clinic. I gained a negative outlook on supplement use due to hospital dietetics and the big business behind supplements. Therefore, I'm pretty hesitant, but do understand how they can assist people with achieving a healthy lifestyle. As far as my challenge last year, I don't think the 5 or 7 days I did it was enough to provide a real chance to experience the product. Kelly, maybe we should meet in person since I would love to see you.
We were both like, what just happened? That was awesome.
But I would have closed the door. I would have shut the door down on her and Plexus. And listen, I would have sold her out because she deserves to have this financial help. And she deserves to have the time freedom that we can offer her. And I deserve to have her on my team, you know, because she's awesome. Erin and her continued to chat. I chimed in. You know, we all continued to chat. Turns out they grew up just right around the corner, you know, just a town away from each other. They played soccer together, and instantly they had mutual friends. They stalked each other's Facebook right away. Instantly a bond was formed, and she can't wait to meet with me. So the other stories are great and amazing, but that story just blows my mind. And guys, this is what can happen. Like, you can't just give up. You can't just shut it down. You have to push. And you may say to yourself, like, I'm not that confident. I'm not that bold. But when you're thinking like that, you actually have to say in your head, like I did with Jen, or like I'm going to do with, you know, the next person, because Erin did it for me with Jen. I have something that can help you. And I'm not just going to have you out there saying, like, Plexus is not good for people who are trying to be nutritious and wholesome. I don't want that reputation out there. I want you to realize that I have something. And I'm not going to let you shut me down before you hear more information. So it was just, when we talk about third-party validation, that's it. I happened to do it with Erin. And since then, I had a teammate yesterday who brought me in on 2 or 3 conversations, and she got new customers out of that. I have another one that we're working on ambassadors with. So I am by no means a pro at this yet, but I'm learning. And last week I signed 3 ambassadors and 4 new customers. And it was all because of this new way of me taking control of my business, scheduling my business, and not letting them take charge. Because when you let them take charge, they just push it off. I mean, just like any other business, like people message you and say, will you order mascara? And I'm like, yeah, next week. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, Kelly went from let me know when you're free to talk to I'm free tomorrow night at 7. Does that work for you? Guys, that switch will rock your world. It's going to change your life. Making that switch, it's not pushy. People take you way more seriously when you take yourself seriously. And maybe people, oh, that's too bold. It's not. Like, who wants to, if I'm going to order from someone, I want to order from someone who takes their business seriously, not someone who's like, call me when you want. And I even think of like my own travel agent. She's terrible at follow-up. Like, love her. She's fine. Like, she does a good job. But like, if she's like, I'm going to check back with you October so we can book your flights for February, she doesn't check back. And guess what? I'm booking my flights on my own because I appreciate good follow-up. I appreciate someone that treats their business like a business. I'm willing to pay people to do stuff. I'm willing to order from people so they get paid so I get better service. And I think when you have that mentality versus I'm just being too pushy and bold, it changes everything. It really does.
It changed everything for me. And now, like, I've like I said, my belief was never wavering. You know, I knew that I was going wherever I wanted to go, but it was just getting frustrating for me. Like, what am I doing wrong here? And I could get on the phone with Erin, I could get on the phone with Liza, you know, I could get on the phone with anybody and explain. I'm doing my IPs, you know, every day, and I'm reaching out to people, and I'm messaging people, and I'm, you know, trying to pump up my team. They couldn't see it. So if you don't invite somebody in to witness you, as intimidating as it can be, they may not be able to ever see what you're doing that's holding you back. So, I mean, from Erin's perspective, I probably was doing most of the things right, at least, you know, I was honest about this number. But
I keep thinking about this last week, and so many things that we've worked on with you, Kelly, like that we've talked, it's like all things just personal. Because Kelly, you know, her team went through like a trauma last spring that I'm not going to get into, but a lot of personal stuff and building herself back up and building her belief in herself and all that stuff. So it wasn't even about this, like, you don't even know what's happening behind the scenes until you can see. So like we were focusing on all these things with Kelly and missing these little tiny things that we had no control of until we had our eyes on the situation. So, you know, last week when I put out this challenge, I had about 40 chats going, right? But what made me sad, it was that they were only from about 8 different people. So I'm like, out of a team of thousands of people, only 8 people want to put me in on chats. Does that either mean no one's working with anyone, no one has any prospects, or are people just nervous? Because you said it makes you very vulnerable. Like, and you don't want someone to like criticize what you're doing, but that constructive criticism can change a lot. When I had lunch with Amy in Delaware in October, I'm like, I'm not a good writer. I'm not a good Facebook poster. And she went through all my posts and she's like, that was terrible. This is what you need to do. And I'm like, thank you. Like, thank you. I needed to have another eyes on what I was doing. So that's kind of what we're doing with this 3-way chat. It's not just to control the situation. It's not to do anything. It's to try to see like where the breakdown is. And Kelly's breakdown was like this tiny little thing that really just changed her entire business.
Totally. And if we had not done that, I would have gone on forever saying, because I was being like passive, you know, instead of passive aggressive, I was, yeah, sure. Okay. Let me know. Or, all right, I'll message you next month. But I wasn't like sharing enough, and I wasn't giving enough, and I was letting them be in control. And like, damn it, you know what? I have a family. I have bills to pay. I have people on my list that need this 100 times more than I do. Like, that's not me anymore. Like, I am confident. I'm on top of the world. I'm excited. Like, I've had that fire in my belly before that like Liza will talk about, or, you know, other people will say like, get you out of bed in the morning. But like now it's ignited again because I have this new way and I'm excited, and I'm just hopeful that all of our teams take on this approach. I'm here, Erin's here, you know, there's so many people that can help you. I mean, like I said, I'm not in any way an expert at this now, but I've learned a whole lot in the past, you know, 10 days since I've been doing this. And it's just really changed everything for me. If you're not doing this, you have to. I mean, I don't even think that it's an option. I think you have to do it. Everybody has to do it because it's amazing to see. And listen, it's not going to work every time. I mean, it's not like magic just like that every time.
Right. Just like everything else, there were people that ignored me. We had people that ignored both of us. We had people say, no, thanks, I'm not interested. This wasn't like magic formula. You put the diamond in there and they're going to order. No, there's still the same stuff still happens. But we had people that were interested. You're just dealing with them in the wrong way.
Right. And for every chat that I started, I said something like this. I said, oh my gosh, I know I've told you all about the Plexus products before, and I apologize because usually when someone's interested in the products, I put my diamond upline in here, and so you have someone else besides me to answer questions. And I said, I would say, you know, Erin's been with the company for almost 3 years. She and I have worked together for 2.5. And my journey has been great because of her, and she's just a little bit more knowledgeable than I am. And I just wanted you to have another person. That's it. I mean, it's very simple. I also will say in the chat, Erin, Jen, and I went to college together. She's a nutritionist now. She has 3 sons. I know she'd love to be home. So I kind of do like a little introduction. So then Erin can play up on whatever she knows about the people. So it's very simple. It's, you know, I certainly don't just put Erin in and not say anything. I put them into the chat and I lead in, kind of almost like if we met at the store and I said, Erin, this is my friend Jen, we went to college, and Erin and I work together now. So I just introduce them. She immediately jumps in and validates me, and then validates the opportunity and the products. And then the conversations either, you know, go back and forth immediately, or, you know, like we have one yesterday that we were doing where the woman is a personal shopper, but I really want her on my team. And Erin and her kind of just started going back and forth about personal shopping. I mean, I'm hoping to pull it back to a direction where we can.
We all are, but she was a little focused on personal shopping.
Yeah, exactly. But it's about, you know, Erin obviously can't build relationships with all of our people because it's just way too many of us, but it's about just introducing them so that each person feels important to us.
Yeah. And a side story, you know, this is something that happened to another one of my level ones, Dana. I don't know if she's on the call, but I bought this little cute little thing for my daughter's teacher off of this. She posted in a mom's group. She makes these little crafts. They're so cute. And I was like, I'll take one. Anyway, so she has this Facebook business page. She messaged me, it's ready. Can I drop it off? Absolutely. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to say it because I get nervous too. I'm like, and I just wrote it. I'm like, have you ever heard of Plexus? And she was like, yeah, my friend sells it. Does it work? And I go, oh my gosh, who's your friend? And she said, Dana Kiernan. I said, oh my God, girl, does it work? Yeah. Have you heard Dana's story? Like migraine free. She's had serious stomach issues. You know, for me, yeah, you know, I didn't have all those issues, but it's helped my health and like I've built this huge business off of it. So yeah, like it's amazing. You should get with Dana and order. Dana has been working on this girl for a year. That day the girl was supposed to come drop off the, and it's nothing special I did. I didn't do anything. Dana worked with this girl as hard as she could. I didn't do anything special. It was just me validating someone else's opinion. So Dana, after, anyway, so this girl the next day, she was supposed to drop off this craft and she got a migraine. Go figure. And I was like, girl, trust her. Go and order from her. Please do it for yourself. You deserve it. Your kids deserve it. And the next day she joined as an ambassador, as a wholesale ambassador. And it was just nothing I did or said anything special. It just validated that, yes, it works. Trust her. Like, please do this, take care of yourself, you know, just me kind of egging her on. But it really, really is. So your friends don't just see like you're trying to sell them something, like you really want to add that third party to help you show the way to help them, you know? So
it's unbelievable. And like you say, it's not anything special that you did. And I know Dana's so grateful that she's been trying to get this person on. But yeah, it's just like, if you think about it, you guys, like, I mean, I could go on about this forever. Like, you're going to walk into, you know, Nissan to buy a car, and you're going to look at that car, and there's going to be 10 salespeople in there to, you know, walk by, and you're going to be working with one. And while you're looking at the car, another salesperson's going to walk by and say, I love that car. That'd be a great car for you. That's a great color. That car is so safe, or, you know, it's so good in the snow or whatever. Like, third-party validation happens everywhere. You know, you ask the waitress what you think, you know.
Yeah, what's your favorite meal? Yeah.
It happens everywhere. Like, so the fact that I wasn't doing it is like mind-blowing, but it's just, and listen,
it's not even truly like, it's the fact that I wasn't doing it as a leader 2.5 years in. I mean, this is what other network marketing companies do. They get a prospect, they get a 3-way call, and they close the deal. And it was a fault that I had, and because I'm a vulnerable, listen, I'm still learning as I go here, something that I wasn't doing as your leader. And I was like, whoa, that was a big piece I was missing. This is something that has to continue and not just be for a one-day contest. So
right.
As we're sitting here, they're popping up. As I'm sitting, I'm not answering them. I'm messaging people saying, why aren't you on the dang call? Versus sending me a 3-way chat, fool. You know who you are. Yeah, I see you. She's on the call.
The other thing is if you are planting those seeds, like, let's face it, it's December 1st. I mean, I'm, you know, I have a big goal for myself, and that's one ambassador every week, because I think I can do it. But it's December, and let's face it, people are going to say, you know, it's the holidays, I don't have money, I'm busy, and I can come back now, thanks to these guys, with every single rebuttal for those excuses. Like, it's the holidays, good. Do you want to gain weight? It's the holidays, good. Because, you know, Erin said in one of my chats, like, wouldn't it be nice if you actually felt great throughout the holidays and lost weight? So January 1st, when all your friends want to lose weight, you're like, well, guess what I've been doing for the past month? And, you know, it's the holidays, so you're going to be with people all month. Like, you're going to be at party after party. How about you talk about what you're doing? So, but what I'm trying to hone in on here, you guys, is don't stop. Don't stop doing your IPAs, because I'm telling you right now, January 1st is going to come like that. And these people, this is what I keep saying to my team day in and day out, is these people will be poised and in position, and they will want you. And you cannot be putting out fires on January 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Like, you cannot introduce the products on the 3rd, because other people have already introduced other things. You have to be at the point where you've already messaged them 2 or 3 times. And another thing that you can do is, I have like a list every week of 10 people on Facebook that I focus on. So I spend, you know, 5 or 10 minutes in the morning going through their pages and commenting every day for a week. So they're seeing, you know, my post as well. So plant your seeds this month, do your IPAs, follow up, because that way, when January comes, you have people waiting. And that's what I told you. I spoke with a professional coach, and he said to me, you know what, you're going, like I said earlier, you're going to wish next month that you did what you were supposed to do today. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I asked my team what their goals were, and they're like, well, it's December and it's rough. No. No, it's, if you don't think you can sign somebody this month, you won't.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? My husband signed 2 people today. 2 of them.
Wow.
2 ambassadors, 2 level 1s on the 1st of the month.
Wow, that's incredible.
I didn't even see them coming. They were just people that have been watching. So December is not an excuse. We've had great growth the last 2 Decembers.
We have. Last year was awesome. But if you're not working because you're frustrated and you're not starting these chats or these messages or these phone calls, then you will have nothing to pull from. And listen, historically, this will be my 3rd December. A company puts out a little promo at the end of the month. Well, it's really cruddy if you message somebody and say, oh my gosh, I'm with Plexus and we have free shipping right now, or we have $10 off signing up to be in the back. That's not how we do it, you guys. You have to work with them, show them the value of what we have. So when the special comes out, then you say, guess what? I know you've been interested. Well, we have a special. Boom, they're off the fence and they're joining.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I love it. That was amazing, Kelly. You guys love that?
Yeah.
Like I see like little notes like this was so good. It really was so good because you can hear from me and Kathleen all day and you're like, wow, they're diamonds. And it's like, we're no different than you, but I know people see us differently, but like when you hear from someone else who's in a different playing field, it's just so much, I feel like it's so much more relatable. So we're so grateful that you got on. We definitely want to go through some questions. So I'm going to scroll up. Let's see. Okay, Michelle, truly. Okay, so you don't like talking on the phone. All right, I'm going to say 3 words, and these are out of love because this is what was said to me. Before I did Plexus, I did Leah Sophia, and I was nervous to ask people if they wanted to have a party or if they wanted to sell with me. And my upline, who was my friend, she said, I was like, I'm so nervous. What if they say no? And she's like, get over it. And I was like, okay. And I did. I got over it. Like, it's literally like, it's up here. So do I still get nervous at this time? Yeah, I still get nervous. But you can't get better until you practice. You have to practice. So maybe start with the people that in your mind don't have like a ton of credibility with you, that you don't mind making mistakes with. And I just know that sounds horrible, but and truly, people don't even know that you're making mistakes. And if there's an answer that you don't have, you say, oh my gosh, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find it for you. That's why you see lately, I know where to find testimonies, but you see lately in my team group, I'm posting, all right, I need some migraines, I need some Crohn's, I need some allergies, because I take your posts, I snapshot them, and I send them to my prospects. Because they now can see like, these are real people making these comments. But anyway, so back on the phone, you just got to get started. You just got to say, let's take this conversation off of Facebook. Can I call you at 6 o'clock tonight? And then see what happens and just get it started. Or say, can I call you at 6 o'clock tonight with my upline and the 3 of us can chit chat and answer all your questions for you?
And I promise you that once you get on that phone, everything's okay. It's just can I call you and hello? You know what I'm saying? Once you're on, you're going.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about.
Totally. What do you do with a customer who truly needs the product, asks for information, but live a lifestyle where they can't afford it, but yet first of all, you can't control what people spend their money on. You just can't. But what I would say is, oh my gosh, girl, I know how you feel because for me, I couldn't afford it either. But I'm telling you, the people that can't afford it, you're the one that you need this business. Can I show you a diamond doc of someone who couldn't afford it either? And then you send them Christy White's Diamond Doc. She had 17 cents in her bank account when she joined. So you have to watch Diamond Docs. You have to know who these people in the industry are. So when something comes up, and it takes work, guys, but guess what? They come out every Thursday. It's 8 minutes. Watch 8 minutes. Make a little spreadsheet. Get to know your diamonds. And then when you have someone that can't afford it, would you mind watching? And, you know, I think you can relate to this girl because she didn't have any money either, man. She almost ordered food stamps. She was so hurting. So all you can do is try. You can't really do much of anything else. And, you know, the people that can't afford it, I couldn't afford it, but I needed this business. So you just got to teach them sometimes. Yes, making more appointments. How to use the product cards. You just kind of say, like, what products are you interested in? Are you interested, or what are your goals? Are you interested in energy? Are you interested in gut health? Are you interested in better sleep? And then you kind of pull the cards and say, here's the products that help you with gut health. Here's the products that help you with energy. Here's the products that help you with here's a carb blocker. You kind of got to ask them goals. We say this every week. You don't just want to talk, you want to listen. So in order to listen, you have to ask them questions, right? So when you guys throw me in chats, that's the first thing I do. And they'll all tell you, what are your goals and what products are you interested in? I don't sit there and say, oh my God, Plexus, and the pink drink and this and that. I ask them questions because I want to get feedback from them so I know where to go with the conversation.
Yeah.
I don't always use the product cards. I use the catalogs a lot. Unfortunately, they're changing them and there's none in the back office. So I use the website. But the product cards are there for you. They're amazing and you could just whip through them. So Michelle, so another question. This is a great question. Do you wait for people to say yes? Would they be okay with being in a three-way chat, or do you just put them in a chat? So Kelly, what did you say?
Absolutely not. I never asked. And I actually have an ambassador who, I talked to her and told her I was doing this. And she goes, yeah, well, I messaged them and I asked them if they would like to talk with my upline. And they said no. And I'm like, well, and this is all a learning curve for everybody. I'm not picking on this person. And I said, well, why did you ask? And she's like, well, I don't know. I kind of felt like I should ask. And I'm like, absolutely not. Don't ask. Like, you're not, they're not doing anything that would upset anybody. They can ignore this group message just like they're ignoring your message, possibly. I don't think it's offensive or intrusive or any of the above. I don't think it's negative in any way. I think actually, you're saying to them, like, I value you so much that I'm going to have the top of my company talk to you. So no, I have not asked once, and I don't intend to ever ask before I put somebody in a chat.
Yeah, or if you don't want to ask, you could even just say, I know you have some questions. I'm throwing you in a three-way chat with my upline. I don't know. I don't think it's hurtful. So to start it, I know that this has come up a couple of times, and to me, like, I can't figure out Twitter, Instagram, but Facebook is my thing. So I just expect everyone to know Facebook. So to start, like, you can't see it. So, when a lot of people are like, I don't even know how to start a chat. You just go to Facebook Messenger or and instead of typing in just one name, you just type in two names. That's it. So if you're going to message me and you want Kelly in it too, you write Erin O'Keefe, Kelly Saposnick. And then those two, now you got a three-way chat. It's super easy. We did that with Nora. Okay, so when someone says they're not interested, maybe you should say, oh, I'm just curious, what is holding you back? I mean, that's such a great way to just start initiating, because maybe they say, well, I'm not interested in weight loss. And then you have a rebuttal. Oh, that's great, because we only have 2 products that are for weight loss and 14 other products that help you with so many other things. And most of them are under $50. You just kind of kick it back with that. Someone says, I need to wait till after the holidays. Say, yeah, I know, I totally get it. But guess what? Like, imagine if you do it now and you lose weight through the holidays, and all your friends are going to be like, what is she doing? How do people lose weight through the holidays? And then they're going to want to, like, buy from you because you've had amazing success when a time where people are supposed to gain weight. So it doesn't hurt to just throw that rebuttal back. They don't have to jump on it. They don't have to say yes, but never let them. But see, guys, this is my personality. I have never been I always have to have the last word since I was a little kid, and I don't take the word no. But that's my personality since I was a little kid. So for me, this is easy. I know it's not easy for everybody. It's easy for me to say, you have to have the last word or don't take no, but that is truly how I've lived my life since I was like 2 years old. I'm sure I was a pleasurable teenager. But really, truly, if you have that, like, I have to have the last word, then you're always going to continue to ask questions. Don't just tell people, but ask questions. Okay. Love this call too. Never even thought not. I never even thought not. I send a lot of messages and don't get a response. Okay. Terry, I don't know whose team you're on, but or who your upline is, I should say. But what I would do is maybe send some snapshots of what you're saying to either Kathleen or I, because sometimes it's just maybe the way you're saying it. And if we could just tweak a sentence or two to maybe word it a little bit differently, you might get a response. Do I get people that ignore me? Yeah, but it's rare because I believe that I have the right wording to at least elicit some sort of response. I think out of 10 messages I send, maybe 1 or 2 people ignore me, where some other people get like 7 or 8 ignores. And it's nothing that I'm not anything special. It's not because I'm a diamond. People don't give a rat's ass that I'm a diamond. It's because of the way I word it. So sometimes we do just have to tweak our wording a little bit in order to elicit a response. So that's something I do with people, like, send me what you're saying, and then we're going to tweak our words from there. Any other questions, guys? Well, we have Kelly, and did you guys not love this call? I thought it was fantastic. Anyone, you guys can unmute yourself or type it in the chat. We love you too, Tara Malone.
Love you.
We said that a few times. At what point do you put someone in a three-way? Go ahead, Cal.
I don't put them in. I don't put her in initially. It's, because they have to trust me first, and they have to hear it from me. And if I put, probably out of, I don't know, every 2 chats I do, I put her in one because, again, she's busy and she has thousands of people under her, and I can't demand all of her time. So, but I definitely, after I've planted the seeds, and it's kind of to the point where I'm trying to get them off the fence, where I feel like they just need a little push in that direction, and they trust me, they believe me, they've looked at the company, they're not ignoring me. But I just can't close that deal. I just can't seal it. I can't get them off the fence, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That's when I put her in. So this is why I'm telling you how important it is to build those relationships every day this month, to plant those seeds. Because when January 1st comes around is when you're going to have all those people that you've planted, that then you're going to pull her in to help knock them off the fence.
Yeah, exactly. And planting the seeds consistently every month. When you take a month off, guys, you set your business back 2 to 3 months, right, Cal? Right?
Sure, exactly. Always.
When you decide to do a month or 2 without IPAs, you're crushing your business. And Kelly and I talked about it, and she's very vulnerable and honest. So, the summer when she's vacationing, and she's like, Kelly loves to hear like what I have to say for some reason. She's like, tell me what I'm doing that.
I like the abuse.
Yeah, she likes getting abused. What do you think I could be doing better? I'm like, honestly, like just being consistent. Like when you go on vacation, which good for her, it's a lot. You're not working, you're not doing IPA. So when you come off vacation after a summer of vacationing, you have no seeds planted. So your business isn't going to see anything until November. I think I said then September. I'm like, you're not going to see anything until November. And here we are in November. And so that's why it's so important, like to always be planting seeds, and they will come.
Yep. So true. IPA, Gemma, is an income-producing activity.
Jen is a new little hot shot. She's good.
Yay. I'm so glad you're on the call.
I love seeing her name all over Facebook.
That's awesome.
I hope you guys get a lot out of it. I really use us, please. Like, use your Jules, Liza, Jody, your Rubies, your senior golds. Use your uplines. Like, we are here to help you with this. This is what I do all day, guys. I do this all day, and if I don't have the time to answer right away, I'll get to it in a couple hours. Just because you send me one doesn't mean I'm going to answer immediately. But for the most part, this is like my third appendage. This is what I do all day, and it helps you and it helps me. So why wouldn't I try to help both of us, right? So I'm happy to do it. It's income producing activity for both of us. And I know Kathleen is happy to do it. I know Liza and Jody are happy to do it. So whoever's your closest jewel or whoever you're most comfortable with, start them up, and it's going to make a huge difference. And then we could see like maybe what we have to tweak and help you with better verbiage from there.
Definitely. Amy, if I start a conversation with someone I haven't talked to in years, you got to build the relationship first, and you cannot go right in with Plexus. So if you're targeting somebody that you haven't talked to in a while, remember how I said a little while ago to make a list of people that you're going to, kind of comment on Facebook, kind of almost like stalk on Facebook. Start by that. Start by commenting on their pictures. Start by encouraging them. Start by wishing them happy holidays, things like that. And then message them. Build their relationship. Because listen, it's so nice to build a relationship. It's so nice to contact people from high school and kind of get back in touch and see where they are. They're going to see what you're doing. I mean, listen, if you're doing this right, your Facebook is going to be, half personal and half the business because you're so excited about the business. They're going to see it. And because you're messaging them in the Facebook algorithms, they're going to see your page. So always built a relationship. I rarely would cold message somebody that I hadn't talked to in years, because they're just going to shut you down like a salesperson.
Exactly. And love on people, make them feel good, and not because you're trying to build your business, but because you authentically want to love on people and make them feel good. Because who wouldn't want to join someone that, you know, I'm not going to join someone that makes me feel crappy about myself or is not like a happy, excited person. Like, you're a happy, excited, loving person, and you're always, you know, not everyone's always chipper, but if you have a great personality and bubbly, and people are going to want to join you. It's just how it is, you know. You can know every single thing about every product inside and out, but until you make someone feel good, until you make someone feel special, that's going to make the difference. All right, so I'm going to stop the recording, and it's about 9:30. We're about an hour in, so in essence of time, I'm going to, here we go, I'm going to stop the recording.